Easy Rich.
All right, Mike, off the record again, son.
How's it going, geezer?
Well, all right, mate. How you been?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
You getting pissed?
No, not too much.
Oh, that's right then.
I've been reserving it for the session. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What we got here today? We've got I got a Nuki Brown. Oh, I thought you had the same thing then.
I'm on the Kentish. I'm on the Master's Brew. On the Master Brew, the Kentish.
Right, cool, Master
Kentish Ale, mate.
Nice.
So it's getting a bit nippy out there, son.
Fucking
freezing.
cold out there in a moment, isn't it?
Freezing out there, man.
And we got. I think we got the right track for today, actually.
I think so. It looks like it's going to be it might be a little bit introspective. I don't know from what I can gather from it. I think it might be I'm going into it with an open mind.
Yeah. So we've not seen this really properly before. It came up in my recommended feed a few days back.
It looked pretty primal.
And yeah, I liked the look of it. So I thought, you know what, I'll keep this for off the record and see what it's all about, because it looks good. I like the look of the stage performance.
It could be quite heavy though. The logo looks like a.
It looks almost like a black metal band.
It does,
like black metal sort of thing. But I know it's probably not, because it's got 6. Well, one of them's got like stupid amount of views. I think one of the songs from this band. So,
so it's popular then.
Yeah, there's a lot of people watch this, from what I can tell. Like looking at the official site and that. So the official YouTube. So.
And is it a video you found, is it?
Yeah, from my recommended feed. That's how I found them. So we'll see what it's about. So this is Heilung. That's how you pronounce it properly. It's German, by the sounds of it.
Heilung.
Heilung.
Is that caring or
Heilung? Yeah, it sounds like something like that, healing or cure or something like that, innit? No, maybe caring. I don't know. It's something like that. My German's a bit hazy, but
Heilung sounds.
Heilung, yeah.
Heilung. And the song is
Krigsgaldr.
Yeah,
which Krieg is obviously war, and I think Galdr is Old Norse. Or
Galdr, like Galdr from Dimmu Borgir.
Yeah, like Galdr from Dimmu Borgir. I've got a feeling that means song. Yeah, I think that means song. So Krigsgaldr, war song, basically. Okay. So yeah, it looks good, man. I like the look of this. Like the stage get up looks amazing. So let's. Do you want to? No, that's enough preamble. I think, you know, we'll just crack right into it. So this is the live video, because obviously I did take a quick peek at the official video, and it's some nice animation, but I just think that the live video seems to have a bit more atmosphere to it as well. You know, you see the people behind them. Yeah. So so let's give this a go then, fella. So Heilung, here we go. Krigsgaldr. So some Nagura Bungit trumpetry there.
It's like a carnix, isn't it? Or something. It's like not as big, but
it's a sort of
a horn, a drone instrument.
Some sort of horn, yeah.
Mad! You imagine you saw that in the forest.
No, I'm getting straight away. There's an episode of the Vikings where they go to, I can't remember where they go now.
I don't know, like.
But it's where they go and take all those drugs and shit and have like a mashed out experience. Yeah, and there's lots of like religious, like shamanic people at the place and stuff. It's almost like a religious ground in the episode. It's got that kind of vibe to it.
I know what you mean, yeah. What is that?
Some sort of skin, isn't it? It's like almost like a tambourine.
It's like bones. It's bones, right?
Yeah, they look like a couple of bones, like fire bones or something.
He definitely looks like some sort of Viking.
Yeah.
Norseland guy.
Oh, by the way, this has got the lyrics on it, guys, so we'll be able to, they're translated into English, so we'll get.
Oh, have you put it on there?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
do. Found a video with the translated lyrics.
Right, so it's in 4/4. He's doubling up.
16s. I like that. It's like percussion with like swords. Hear it?
Yeah, what? can't see where it's coming from though.
They sound like they're sampled. See everyone point all the time, they sound like samples coming from somewhere.
There's no way that drum is that really... There's no way that thing's making that sound.
Oh, he's got a shield at the bottom.
Oh yeah. Oh, is he banging the shield?
He's banging the shield, yeah. Like Nagura Bungit style, mate. Like Nagura Bungit did all this shit on stage. They were banging planks of wood and shit, weren't they?
Ragnar.
Ragnar.
Oh no, here he is. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's there, yeah.
There's a lot of percussionists in this. I think everyone's a percussionist basically in this band.
There's no guitars.
No. Warlocks, you know, rowing.
It's weird because it's peaceful, but it's kind of ominous, edgy. But I feel quite relaxed. But I feel like something's about to kick off or something.
Yeah, of course.
But why I'm feeling like that?
It's building, isn't it? It's slowly building. Adding more layers as it goes on. She's got a really good voice, man.
He accompanies well though. He's not taking full frontal, he's more emphasising certain, it's more textural, his voice. Wait, not fully understanding some of the lyrics though. Where they're taking inspiration from.
I don't know if to pause it.
No, I think I'm with it. Who brought the horde to the land afar? So someone's coming to their manor basically.
Yeah, they're talking.
What am I supposed to do if I want to talk about peace and understanding? But you only understand the language of the soul. What if I want to make you understand that the path you chose leads to downfall? But you only understand the language of the soul. What if I want to tell you to leave me and my peel off once in peace? But you only understand the language of the soul.
Someone's tipped up then, and they're pleading to leave him alone, or we're going to kick off then. Is that what we're saying?
A bit hard to read now.
All action for the good of all. My reflection in your eyes. Your agents just begun. The fire of the furnace. It hungers to be hit and wants to have 100 sisters. In the coldest state of their existence. That's the maddest. In the moorest of the red rain. We love brother enemy. I sing my soul song for you. The lullaby of obliteration. So I can wake up with a smile. Bliss in my heart and bliss in my heart. Bliss in my heart.
I thought he said, "And peace in my heart."
This. This is like, to me, it's just like they're trying to have a chat about this. Someone's attacking them, is it? Or
yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Why the black metal vocals? Is it supposed to be black metal vocals?
But I suppose it's. I suppose the song transitioned there, didn't it? From talking about an oncoming ominous threat.
And no one's listening.
And then it goes into kind of like the now, where he's talking about turning his tongue into iron and letting his sword do the talking.
So basically, the lyric I picked up was the whole "I see my reflection in your eyes." But you're not listening.
No, I see my reflection in your eyes, he said.
Yeah.
Or your reflection in your eyes.
And my reflection in your eyes. But
that means they're close.
Right.
It means they're. I think that means that they're like toe to toe now, and they're just going to kill each other, sort of thing. I think. I mean, yeah, it could be. It could be that, like the communication.
All men, our voices listen to us now. Like, I don't know where these lyrics are coming from. I don't know where.
What do you mean?
Well, they're pulling these. They're obviously pulling. But the way they get up is.
Well, it's Iron Age, isn't it? It's Iron Age by the looks of it to me. It's heavily kind of like pre-Viking to me. This looks. This looks Iron Age to me, man. This looks like the old tribes of Europe before, you know, England became a solidified country and things like that. It's what it looks like to me.
Right.
Like all the gold brooches.
But to me, who's supposed to be invaded?
It could be anyone, man. It could be the Christians. It could be the Romans.
Who brought the hordes to the land afar?
Yeah, I think that's a mistranslation. Who brought the hordes from the land afar? Right. I think that means who brought the foreigners, who brought the invaders, basically. Who
to our land.
Who directed them?
Right. Who's the enemy, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because when those two geezers were kicking off with the chat, it wasn't exactly friendly. Was it?
No. Well, the song's called War Song, son. So I think it's kicking off, basically, yeah.
The end. What's on that banner?
Can see it.
So, alright. So, the first thing musically with it, as you said earlier, it was all rhythmic with a drone.
Yeah, it was very.
And
it's very primal. It was like almost like back in the, you know, you could go as far back to, like, say, caveman days when they first started to bang a stick on a fucking tree trunk or something. Yeah. It was like early music was all rhythmic and chanting, which is what that was essentially.
Yeah, the only real, like, you know, like harmonic series in that, or kind of harmonics, or any sort of kind of like you know, interval, harmonious tune basically, was the voice.
Yeah.
There was no like.
Well, I suppose you had the drone from the horn, which gave you a bit of texture.
They give you a tonic, I suppose.
But it wasn't like it's not like a singable, whistleable tune, is it? But
it set the key.
Yeah, set the key for the song.
Question.
Yeah, like the root note. Yeah.
But like, I don't like. There was no. It was all anything that came that was like a harmony was a harmony.
It was a voice. Everything else was voice. I think I did see a laptop on screen there. I think did I see a laptop? I'm sure I saw a laptop at some point, but I kind of blanked it out. I definitely saw a screen at some point. Right. I'm pretty sure I saw a screen. So I reckon they must have been triggering. I reckon because this song.
Was he blowing that drone the whole time? Surely 8 minutes.
I think that one of the guys was definitely on a horn the whole way through.
8 bloody minutes.
You saw that because there was a geezer. No, it was about 9 minutes long. That you saw a geezer at the back somewhere who had glasses on and it didn't really look like he was in the get-up. He looked like he had like sort of normal regular clothes on. I don't know if you I only saw him like a couple of times.
Kind of like longish hair.
But he was up the back somewhere doing something. I don't know. Right. Maybe he was doing like the triggering. I don't know. But like what I reckon it is I reckon they've got like the backbone of the song that is like almost like say if you go into a rehearsal and you haven't got a drummer. You kind of stick a tempo on, don't you? And you play like the guitar to it, like a backing track, yeah. And then all the sort of all the live instruments who've got good temper and like that are rich instruments. And that aren't like like clacking them swords together in the same way every time to get that kind of sword clashing sound that they had in it. They must have been triggered. Those were
weird,
triggered.
I did see that bloke. The bit that kind of goes like dum dum chicka chicka ching.
Yeah.
There was definitely a guy going chicka chicka ching.
Oh yeah. There was a lot of. I could see there was probably 3 or 4 of them there who were banging different drum instruments. I mean, even the girl was like tapping those.
She was doing that with the bones.
The bones together.
Halfway through.
Yeah. And that was like.
Ding 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 ding. Yeah. Just halfway through.
Yeah.
So it was. So it's in 4/4 without question.
Yeah.
Then you got the kind of the 16s with the bones. Mm-hmm. So that's almost, and then you got the drone. Yeah. So it's the whole thing was quite hypnotic.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I that's the kind of stuff. I tell you what, I reckon that whole gig is awesome to watch, man. Like, if you get the lights off, stick some candles on around your room or whatnot, or some dim, nice lights or whatever.
Watch it,
and just watch that all the way through, man. I reckon you'll get into a trance, like into a state watching that. I like that. I thought that was good. You know what it reminded me of, actually? It reminded me of, what's that? Perunwit. Remember Perunwit? That old.
Vaguely.
But basically, what they did is they emulated this kind of sound, but using obviously one bloke with a synthesizer and a sampler, I guess, knocking out tracks like that. And Wardruna, is it Wardruna? Wardruna's another one. I know there's a couple of others. I mean, even Burzum, like with like stuff like Hillscaff, and I don't know how you pronounce that fucking name. Yeah, he's doing more of that now as well. He is, he's doing more of that. But there is that neo-folk. I mean, it's been a neo-folk movement for a long time, doing this kind of old Germanic, pagan kind of folk music. But I think these guys seem.
I'd be interested to know where they're getting their. I mean, is it? Have they? I'd be interested to look to see if is it like old poems they found. Have they found some old carvings and they're basing it from that, or is it? From
what I saw on the brief view on the official video for this.
What is the official video for it?
The official video looks kind of black and white, and it's got almost like cave paintings.
Okay.
And they've animated them, yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's Iron Age, because I think those cave paintings, that style, that old like line stickman drawing stuff from like that were obviously done on the side of rocks and stuff. They are Iron Age. They're like, I don't know. They're like. Well, they're Iron Age, basically. I don't know how fucking long the Iron Age was, how long ago it was, because it spans quite a big time, the Iron Age, doesn't it? So it could be,
Well, it was definitely like Germanic, Norse, Teutonic based.
Yeah. It's all that. It's all that, like Gauls, the old Germanic tribes when the Romans would have come along. I suppose you could say there's a bit of Viking imagery in there as well, because it's kind of hard to differentiate between like what furs they would have worn at what time and stuff like that. I mean. To me, that was definitely. It was definitely Northern European. You can tell by the language. The Kriegs is like called Krieg is German for war in it, and I think Galdr is like an older. I don't think that's German. I think that's
Scandinavian.
Like some sort of Scandinavian, like Norwegian or Danish or something like that. But yeah, I mean, like
it's definitely. I think we're fine with that sort of track.
Yeah.
I would listen to that, no problem, going to sleep or
I
think
that's a banging tune.
But I think it's one of those ones that like I kind of knew going into it from seeing the stage
like the get up. Yeah.
It was probably going to be. I mean, it wasn't metal at all.
No. No, it's like, well, it depends what metal you're talking about. I mean, if you're talking about hypnotic, DSBM, like depressive, suicidal black metal, or the sort of stuff Varg did, where it's kind of like
there's no guitars, was there?
No. There was no guitars. There was no metal in it, so to speak. But I'm talking about in the terms of the style of the way the instruments was played. Say, you could say that like some black metal bands that play those long repetitive riffs over a long time, like Detsamengangvar or Philosophem. That kind of hypnotic black metal, if you know what I mean. It's got that kind of quality to it, hasn't it? And I think, I mean, even some of the stuff I did, like the ambient stuff I did, some of the music I did was in terms of the drones, I suppose. But I think it's definitely like folk.
You know, and
yeah, it's neo-folk or...
You know.
I think they call it neo-folk. I seem to remember back in the day...
You wouldn't call that metal, would you? You
no,
wouldn't
it's not
say
metal, no.
You was finding their album in a store.
Nah.
It would go under folk.
It'd go under folk, yeah. It'd go under folk music, so...
But I thought it was definitely interesting. I don't know, like you say, they were banging shields. I saw bones, you know.
Yeah. It reminded me of when we saw Nagura Bungit in 2017, because that was just after they did a couple of really good albums. That was I can't pronounce the one before, but was a banging album, wasn't it? Very atmospheric black metal. But like all the stuff they did on stage were like using planks of wood and just found instruments, so to speak.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sorry, it just reminded me of Red Dwarf.
Sorry, the song.
Yeah.
From Red Dwarf. We should react to that actually.
Anyway, but was good, but I can't remember the one. But Krugu Bradaloo.
I don't know how you pronounce it. I can't pronounce it.
You know, I bet they must think
some mad Romanian language. Well, I ain't ever looked up how you pronounce that album.
It's where it's in Krugu Bradaloo, but
that's
wrong.
Krugu. Oh, it doesn't matter.
But the closest thing I can find is your Drooks,
yeah.
In the Gurabungits.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember Prumwit. I swear they were Russian, mate.
Prumwit might have been Russian, but I remember they did a split with somebody, and I think both sides of that split were like neo-folk, sort of trying to emulate that kind of sound, but with you know, synthesizers, you know, like sequencers and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm not like new to that kind of music, but
I mean, is there a whole album with these guys?
Yeah, I think from what I saw, they've only got one album. I can't think what it's called.
They're signed?
Yeah, they're probably signed. Yeah, I'm not sure they're signed to. Yeah, they must be signed, man, because they're on stage here. Like, and it doesn't look like a 2p fucking like outfit, does it? It looks like there's a lot of money gone into that stage show.
And it's well rehearsed.
And in terms of like metal, because you know metal sometimes is like a bit more low budget, but that looks like a high budget kind of
funded thing.
So you know, and they've got a lot of views from what I could see on YouTube.
How many are we talking about?
Not millions, not like
seriously.
Yeah, millions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it's definitely piqued my interest. It's definitely one to like. I wouldn't say I'm going to drive my car to it.
No. Well, you know, I think it's you know, it's a certain mood. I mean, I could listen to that anytime, really. Especially that. I reckon that that whole the whole live set would be awesome to listen to from start to finish. Like when you're in the right environment, you sit yourself down and
she did and she did like the geezer did his whole. I don't fully understand the whole why they went. Did you think they intended to be almost on the sort of like the black metal side of things, or?
Well, I've got a feeling some of those guys are. They either like their metal or might have even been in metal bands before, I reckon. But you know, because like there's that whole subgenre of like Viking metal or Viking black metal, and they even like Nocturna Mortem, they use lots of like funny instruments in their little sort of segues into the main song, so to speak, and things like that. Like, so I think someone on a forum once called Nocturna Mortem barn dance black metal. Because of all the folky instruments, that start some of the songs.
I mean, I think if I was to, I would have liked to have heard some sort of woodwind in there. I feel like you could have put a bit of a flute instrument in there or something.
Yeah, but maybe flute's a bit too modern for that Bronze Age thing. I don't know. I don't know when the flute would have come to Europe.
It's a breath instrument.
Yeah.
So it was, you know.
I mean, I know they used to make funny things out of grass, didn't they? Like funny little like woodwind instruments out of grass and all sorts of things. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I'm just taking. I think just as listening to it.
Well, who knows? The other songs might have different vibes in them. You don't know. I mean, this is Krigsgaldr, so this one's obviously going to be a lot more kind of thumpy because it's like a war song, isn't it? Like, you know, all the war drums and stuff.
But it definitely, from what I got from it, especially with the female vocals. That to me was almost like, you know, it was peaceful.
Well, it almost had a nostalgic wave to it at the beginning, didn't it? Like, because it was building and you didn't quite have the full, full thunder of everything.
Right.
And the way her voice kind of dreams across the track, it almost felt like it was a bit nostalgic. Like, you know, we were peaceful.
Well, it was harmonious, wasn't it?
We were getting on with things, and then all of a sudden, these blokes have come over and invaded us, and now we're having to fight and people are dying and blah blah blah, you know.
But it was a lot of questions as well, like I can't remember the lyrics well, was it what if I want to relax in my pee?
Yeah.
kind of thing, and what if I want to get by with my beloved ones?
Yeah.
But then, I can't remember because we've only seen the lyrics once, but I remember that being a thing. So maybe it's kind of like, it's almost like a question of, and then you were saying, then what was the lyric if he turns his
tongue into iron? Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of like that they were trying to almost like, well, what, and you know, who's brought these people? What's going on? Basically, we're here doing our thing.
Yeah.
You're here now. You're not listening.
But now we're going to match fire with fire. Yeah. So then they kick off, and yeah.
So I feel like there was some diplomacy.
I think that this might be referencing the Romans. I don't know. I mean, it could just be a general thought of like, there's been many times where there's been a race of people or a tribe of people who have been, you know, lived there for maybe even 1,000 years, say, without anyone invading. But then obviously as empires have expanded over the centuries and people have been started to investigate more of the world, like in a force of people who can actually conquer another people, these tribes of people have been overcome by all these different, you know, these different battles. So it could be just a generic, not generic, but a general war song that could fit for any. I mean, you could fit it to the native Indians, for example, in America. I mean, you could kind of, you know, because it's got that tribal beat sound, like the. And if you look at the clothes, really, like it's not exactly the same, but like it's got that kind of.
But she seemed like, even if you look at them, I mean, he had the big. I mean, he must have been bloody hot over that thing on the stage when they stoned me.
Yeah, unless it was like winter or something. Yeah.
But like, you know, her get up. I see what you mean with the Viking. It looks almost like bloody like a shaman, or she looked very. You couldn't see her eyes.
She looked like a priestess, didn't she, of some description? Yeah. Like I mean, that geezer in the Vikings, he's got that black makeup across his eyes, like Marilyn Manson, isn't it? Yeah, like looks like Marilyn Manson. Oh, has he got his eyes covered? I can't remember now.
His eyes are like sewn up.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just vaguely.
The one who's trying to get everyone licking his eyes.
Yeah. That was something they added to that program, but just to make it more sick. Yeah, to sort of give it some sort of weird edge. But that's what I read somewhere. They had
hand licking fetish. Yeah,
but no, I mean, I'm gonna investigate this band a lot more, mate, because I like this kind of stuff. I dig all this.
I'd like to. I mean, I suppose if we can find out, the only thing that did make me think they were in the metal sphere was the logo, and obviously.
Yeah, well, the logo. That's what I'm saying. I reckon they like their metal, and I reckon that they know that people who like metal might dig that, especially if you're into black metal or you're into your, you know, sort of suicide, depressive black metal or historical stuff like Baffarino, you know, all the Viking stuff, you know, whatever. So I can totally see that. Yeah, so I'll be up for listening to those, man. I mean, yeah.
Really good. It's interesting. Definitely interesting. Yeah. And it ties into that whole. Rick was playing. Was it Hellblade?
Oh, Hellblade's Senua's Sacrifice. That PS4. Yeah, PS4. And it was a good game, man.
And that was that seemed very much kind of that era. So
that was an Iron Age. That was an Iron Age Celt woman. I don't know if she was a Pict or I think she was either a Pict or she was a Briton of some description. And her old man had been killed by the Vikings, and she's suffering from psychosis, basically. So
carrying his bloody head around.
Yeah, the whole game kind of is from her perspective, and you don't know what's real and what's not. You know, she's like just having mental visions and stuff. But yeah, good game. Similar sort of subject material.
Yeah, unrelated, but there's related.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm gonna.
I think that's cool, mate. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give us a thumbs down. Send us some. You know, comments,
subscribe and bell as well.
Yeah, subscribe and hit the bell, guys. Yeah, you know, get our next video out.
Well, it's Thursdays for the moment.
We're kicking them Thursday. Every Thursday, we're trying to release a video every Thursday from 7 o'clock. When it's 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock on Thursdays UK time. So send us some requests. Ask us if you want us to do some sort of, you know, you've got a song you want us to cover or something you want us to cover. Give us a shout and we'll endeavour to do it.
We'll have a look.
Yeah, awesome. All right, take care, guys. Take it easy.
Off the record.
Lovely jubbly.